Ooh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Now, currently, I'm being eaten alive on the internet
Uh-huh.
because I was asked,
What you say?
would I date a man that makes $70,000? What do you think my answer
I know
was?
your answer was no, because we had the conversation. I was like, really?
Now, tell me why that's bad.
I don't think it's bad.
Why is it judged so harshly?
Because, well, you got many different factors.
Oh,
A lot of
please tell me, as from a man's perspective, I need to know.
a lot of people fall into that price range.
What does that have to do with me?
Before he gets going, I'm going to say what that has to do with her and why men feel some type of way about her saying this. Okay? So, okay, yeah, she's a beautiful woman. She makes a lot of money, right? When she says things like this, women who do not look like her, women who do not make the kind of money that she makes, women who are average and below average, women who are average earners and below average earners, start thinking like this. They think they're the baddie. I need to get to the bag. All of that. Listen, I am a single man. I date. Okay? I date women. I hear the things that come out of their mouth, and it is just mind-boggling, okay? And I sit sometimes, I'm like, are you serious? Even some women I wouldn't even date. There's single women I wouldn't even date. I just hear it. I'm trying to get to the bag, baddie, all this on the internet. Like, women these days do not know they're average or below average. Simply put it, just not good looking. Some women just don't even, these days, they don't understand that you're not a good looking woman, but they still have that attitude of a baddie. And I need to get to this bag while they're working in a retail store, making $15 an hour. Okay? That's the reason why men have an issue with that. And a man making $70,000 a year is the 20% of the population makes $70,000 or more. So you gotta understand, a lot of men fall underneath that $70,000 a year mark, and they feel some type of way about that because it's like, dang, I don't deserve a woman, and you're throwing me under the bus. That's what's going on.
Because when people see you say something based on just you, this is just my preference.
My preference.
Immediately, people go into, oh, you talking about me,
right?
And so that's the knee jerk.
Yeah.
So that's why they like, oh, this, that, and the third.
Right.
And you have the people that have been gold dug on.
Okay.
And oh, she just after the money, man. And so you got that coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and people get in their feelings, they get triggered by various reasons, like, well, I make this, and so they feel away. So, but everybody has their preference.
Everybody has their preference.
Everybody has their preference.
And you know what? I got to break this down, okay? Because they've been saying, I've been waiting on Sarah to explain what she meant when she said what she said.
Yeah.
So for those of you that have been rocking with me, I appreciate you not jumping to conclusions.
Yeah.
But this, I'm going to give the science behind it, and then I'll talk about preference, right?
Okay.
The science behind it is human nature. Masculine men desire an aesthetic because it says health, right?
Yeah.
Aesthetic, which is beauty. This is why masculine men want a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Being a beautiful woman is a part of being high value, right?
Uh-huh.
So they want that because symmetry usually means health, which means healthy air.
Yeah.
So either subconsciously or consciously, one of the reasons why masculine men are seeking beautiful women is because they want healthy children. Whether you know it or not, that's just the truth.
Yeah.
That's the science behind it. For feminine women, we are naturally seeking safety and security.
Okay.
So do you have to make what I make or however much you make or whatever that may, the dollar amount, it's not about the dollar amount. It's I personally, my life, I can't even live where I live off of $70,000 a year after taxes. I'm homeless. You know what I mean? I don't fit into that vision, and I don't want to feel bad for not fitting into a vision, but let's take it back to science.
Okay, she's talking about science, right? So men, and she has to put an emphasis on masculine men want a woman who looks good. No, all men want a woman who looks good, okay? Some men settle because they know A man will settle because some men know, hey, I'm not a good looking guy. I don't make a lot of money. I'm going to get with this girl right here and I'm going to make it work. Okay. But even that girl they get with think that they probably deserve better than the average guy that they got, even though they're average themselves or below average themselves. Both can be below average. Both can be average. Hey, both can be good looking people, but just don't really make that kind of money. Okay. But the woman is always thinking that she's better than the guy that chose her. And that's just a fact. That's a fact. Okay. And she's talking about feminine women want a man who's going to provide and take care and security. Of course, that's all women. But the thing is, in this day and age, y'all don't be wanting that in your 20s. Y'all want the bad guy, the bad boy. You're not worried about that until you hit 30s, 35 to 40. She's 37. So, of course, now you want that. Why couldn't you get that in your 20s? You were very beautiful right now and you're 37. So just think about how fine she was in her 20s. What were you doing? Okay.
If I'm supposed to be seeking safety and security,
Right.
the same way that I desire that is the same way that a man wants an aesthetic. So as a man, if you wouldn't take a woman, because 80% of people are overweight or obese in America, if you wouldn't take a woman that's 70 pounds overweight and universally unattractive, but she has a good heart
Right.
and she nurtures you and she loves you.
But a lot of guys do. Please, in the comments, tell me, I see skinny guys with big girls at the gym even. I see dudes who are not really overweight, but they're with an overweight woman. I see a lot of men with women who weigh more than them. It trips me out. I'm like, why is this big old thick girl with this little bitty skinny dude? And he probably came and pick her up if he needs to carry her somewhere. She could fall down and break her ankle. He couldn't even help her up. It's because actually women are way more superficial than us men are. I see a lot of men with big women and not attractive women. It's them. They want the money and they want the aesthetically pleasing guy who's skinny. And that's just what it is. I see it with my own eyes. And then also, let me get to this point. She says that in her neighborhood, she couldn't even live there. If she made $70,000 a year, she would be homeless. What's it got to do with the guy you're dating? So if a guy comes in and you're already paying for everything, right? You're good. You pay for everything you need to pay for, right? If he brings an extra $70,000 in, that could be a whole another $75,000 a year that could go to the bank account for both of y'all. Okay, you already paying this, but guess what I'm gonna do with my check? Baby, I'm gonna just put my check into our account and let that shit stack up. So I put my $70,000 into a bank account for 5 years. Shit, we balling. You know what I mean? Like, come on. See, but women don't think like that. Don't think like that. $350,000 a year, $350,000 in 5 years that we could stack. You're already doing that anyway. Then now, guess what? We could do something with a business with that. Women don't think like that. Don't think like that.
And she cooks and she cleans and she does all those things. Would you choose that woman?
Or just in general?
In general, what do you think most men would say?
They'd be like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
But she has a good heart.
Yeah,
but she loves you. But she cooks and she cleans.
What is he talking about? Most men would go for that. Most men would be like, man, hey man, she might not be the baddest, but she tends to my needs. She cooks for me, cleans for me, takes care of the house. A lot of men would go for that. But guess what? Those women she just described still want the top of the line guy.
It's, the fried chicken.
Right. So the truth is, you wouldn't because you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it, right? Even if she's going to the gym every single day. Now, people will say that's harsh. It is human nature. This is may the strongest survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I personally think that we need to stop being so sensitive about people's preferences.
I agree.
We need to stop being, and also if I am working on myself mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and energetically, what is wrong with me wanting to be equally yoked to a person that is also those things?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean that a man that makes $70,000 a year doesn't deserve love? No,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that at all. It means they absolutely get to have the woman that they desire. And for me, I've worked to a point where that's my preference is not to have that.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And also for the men that are at home, if you would not choose a universally, and I'm saying universally across the board,
Yeah.
unattractive woman that's loving and sweet and kind and nurturing, don't talk to me. Don't say nothing else because this is shallow. It's crazy. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense though?
I mean, for me, I'm team preference. I'm like, you like
Team
what you like. Because a lot of
preference.
times we don't have any control over what we like.
Yeah.
We like what we like. We're drawn to what we're drawn to.
Right.
Now, the financial thing could be a little bit different because
Why?
that's more of a, I feel like that could be changed.
No, I don't know why it shouldn't be changed.
I'm not saying it should.
But-
I think it can
But
be.
you want to know why?
Mhm.
Finances are a choice. What you look like isn't.
Well, nowadays it's a choice.
Well, even surgeries, there are some women that, they say if you're already beautiful and you get surgery,
Yeah.
you're going to be more beautiful. Some women get surgery and they are, they're better looking women than they used to be. However, there's levels to everything. And look, I'm not the most beautiful girl in the world. I know this about me. But my spirit is dope. And my energy is fire. And I know that there are things about me that are attractive way outside of my aesthetic. So I think that we as women should focus on the intangible things that we bring.
Yeah.
But I'm just so sick and tired of this. Oh, you know.
She just contradicted herself. She literally just contradicted herself. She's talking about how a person that it's just the way it is. People look this way, look that way. But then she just said she's not the most beautiful woman in the world, but then she has this energy and all that. Listen, me being a single man, I hear that all the time. I had this bigger girl, big girl, okay, tried to get at me, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it, okay. Yeah, I have my preferences too, but I mean, she's big, okay. And she's like, oh, I'm different. I just want to hear what she had to say because I do podcasts and I do these reaction videos and everything on these podcasts and hear these women talk. So I'm genuinely interested in hearing how these women approach everything. She was talking about how she's so different and she's not regular and she ain't no average woman and she know what she bring to the table and she know, like, lady, you're like 300 plus pounds. And I'm just listening. I'm like, oh, okay, what else? I'm just picking her brain just to see how she's coming at things. She's got a divorce. I seen her husband. He's a big old dude, big dude, just like her. Looked like he didn't have much going for himself. She divorced him after 17 years. And now she knows what she knows she brings to the table. She's not an average woman, but you are with a very well below average man. Well below average earning. You're below average earning because you're a teacher. And she has 300 plus pounds. That's the problem of what's going on now with these women. But hold on. Everybody has a preference. But let a guy in his 30s say he doesn't want to date a 30-year-old woman. He wants a woman in her 20s with no kids. Oh my God, it's World War III with these women. You're all kind of pedos and, you know what I mean? You're all kind of groomers and all this. You can't deal with a real woman and all that kind of stuff when we have preferences as well.
Rah, 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 rah. Don't try to break me down because of preference.
What about this?
Okay, tell me.
Let's say you meet a man.
Oh.
Everything is on point.
Oh, spicy.
But that salary. He's 70,000, but
Yeah.
everything about him is right up your alley.
So this is my question. Is he committed to the 70,000 or is that just right now?
No, it's just right now. He's open
that's
to
different.
He's open to, he's trying to do different
He's an
things
entrepreneur.
within his business, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? The 70,000 is not the end all be all for
Okay,
him.
well that's completely different.
Yeah.
And is it potential in action? Like is he in action or is he just talking?
He moving and shaking. He
Oh,
moving
that's
and shaking.
completely different
ambition.
story.
But he's 70 grand in. And he might be 70 grand in for the first 3-4 years y'all dating.
Okay.
But he's still moving and shaking.
There's no way a man's gonna come around me and stay at 70 grand for 3-4 years. That's not even realistic.
But would you help him
So then why is it a big deal if a man makes $70,000 a year? You see what I mean? She's contradicting herself. Let's see what she's had to say before I go all into it.
Would you?
I would help him. That's what I'm saying. There's no way with a me
So
on
there's
your
a
side.
chance.
Yeah, that was a different question though.
Yeah, there's a chance.
If you're committed to 70,000, I don't fit in that vision for life. But if you're growing your business and you just don't know, or you need the right relationships, or you need to be in different rooms, or you need help, or I'm a neck and I'm a strong one. You know?
What does that mean?
It means men are the head and we're the neck.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I know my role.
Yeah.
And I think we live in a world where women have forgotten their place.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is like, what if, okay, she met some man that's right up her alley, but you know what right up her alley means? See, here we go. It's right up her alley means he's aesthetically pleasing to her. Women are very shallow and very superficial. If a guy came on that's her man of her dreams, I'm talking about just physically, the way he looks. If she just likes him, that dude could be just getting out of prison, and this woman right here would take him. I'm telling you that right now. These women be lying. They be lying. If they're super attracted to you, they will. You heard what she just said. He ain't gonna be around me making $70,000 a year. But that goes back to what I was just saying. Like, okay, if you pay all your bills and you're comfortable right now with what you're doing in a neighborhood that $70,000 couldn't afford, why not get with a guy that's making $70,000 a year? And he's like, hey, baby, we take this money and let's invest it. Let's do something with this 70 grand. You already here, baby, I will work and bring this $70,000 a year home, and let's do something with this shit and make this shit bubble. Not thinking like that.
Snap, that sounded tough.
Did it?
You forgot your place.
It's the truth. Women have forgotten their place, Tony. We're so masculine, we're so hard, and I understand it because it's survival based.
Yeah.
But like, it's a defense mechanism. Women don't want to be this hard, masculine, strong, tough. We don't want that.
I believe you. You know why?
Why?
The women I come around in that regard, they go into their feminine with me.
Yeah, I believe.
And I don't even force it.
I believe you.
They just do it.
I believe.
And like I've had women tell me, like, "Man, you got me in my."
You want to know
feminine.
why?
Mm-hmm.
Because you make your yeses yeses and your no's mean no. Even me, who is an ultimate pusher. Okay, I'm gonna push to get what I want. Obviously, most people. Well, I don't know. I definitely push to get what I want. And if I don't get it, if you tell me no, have you noticed that I stop pushing as much with you specifically?
What I'm gonna say here, most women, these women don't know what they want. It changes from day to day. To be honest with you, man, the best thing that you can do, better yourself, your fitness, your health, your mental, your money. Focus on that. Everything else will fall in line once you get all of that in order. Work on yourself. Don't worry about the women. Have fun in between the times. You can have fun. You know what I mean? I have fun. But always go back to your purpose every single time. That's all you can do. Okay? Because worrying about these women will have you heartbroken and broke. And that's just the facts of life that we live in today. All right? With that being said, it's going to be the end of this video. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like for the algorithm for me. Comment. Really want to know what you think about this content. And also, if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping videos. And with that, one more thing I got to say this time. I'm at over 500 subscribers right now. I'm trying to get to the 1,000 subscribers mark. When I get to that 1,000 subscribers mark, I'm going to drop some mean apparel for you guys, all right? So just stick with your boy. Give me them subscriptions, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. That being said, I'm out.